Here's the continue to germinate. If the temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius, then in about 3 days, the seeds will crack and sprout roots. Now we'll plant them in seedling cups. In about 10 more days, when the seedlings have 3 to 4 leaves, they're ready to be transplanted. When transplanting, remember to keep the soil and roots intact. Bury the entire root ball and you're good to go. Avoid planting too deep or too shallow. Water the plants. Add some fermented liquid fertilizer to help them grow quickly. A few days later, when the Luffa start to climb, we'll need to build a trellis for them. Luffas are climbers, so they need a trellis to grow and thrive. Choose some old bamboo poles that are not easy to break. To build the trellis, make sure they're strong enough to support the weight of the vines and fruits. Tie the bamboo poles together with rope to create a net trellis. Remember to make the trellis sturdy and level to prevent it from tilting or collapsing when the vines start climbing. Half a month later, the Luffa grow very quickly and the vines have already climbed the trellis. At this time, we should trim some of the tips to prevent the vines from growing too strongly and to encourage more branching. Also, we can add eggshells to the soil as fertilizer, because eggshells are rich in calcium and trace elements, helping Luffa flower and fruit better. Luffas need a lot of water during the growing process. Remember to keep the soil moist. By day 35, the Luffa plants will start to flower and have many flower buds. At this time, we have to learn how to distinguish between male and female flowers. The female flowers will have a small Luffa-like structure behind them. This is the part that will eventually become a fruit. While male flowers do not have this part, we'll pluck some of the male flowers and use their pollen to pollinate the stigma of the female flowers. To pollinate, it's best to pollinate them around 8 to 10 a.m. on a sunny day. At this time, the dew has dried and the pollen is not sticky and it's at its best. The quality of the pollen will also be better. By day 45, the successfully pollinated flowers will turn into small fruits. During this stage, we will increase the amount of fertilizer. Use well-fermented organic fertilizer to help the fruits grow quickly. We also need to trim off the old leaves, yellow and diseased leaves, and leaves that grow too densely to ensure ventilation, allow more light, and allow nutrients to focus on growing the fruits. After 55 days of planting, The Luffa are ripe all over the trellis. It's harvest time. We'll harvest the ripest ones first. Let the smaller Luffa continue to grow on the plant, waiting for them to grow. Regarding the time for planting Luffa, you can plant them year-round. The best time to sow seeds is usually in the spring. In summer, plant them in May or June. In the fall, wait until after the summer harvest and then plant again. In the winter, you can grow them in a greenhouse. Starting from November is good. Go ahead and plant. The planting time depends on the local climate, conditions, and your personal habits. Adjust accordingly. I'm sharing up to this point. Hope these methods will help you.